10% chance Lionheart 2 could happen, 30% chance, 2% chance. Like, honestly, as of now, this date, like, what are the odds?
Hit me with it. Just give it to me straight.
Hey guys, in today's video, we're going to talk about Lionheart 2, the sequel. What's the possibility of it actually happening? Also, what's it about, or what will it be about if it actually does happen? So I even share my idea with our guest, Sheldon Lettich, writer-director, of course, of the original one. Make sure to stay until the end of the video, by the way, because we're also going to talk about the sequel or potential sequel to Double Impact, so you don't want to miss that. Anyway, please help support the channel if you like this kind of content by hitting the like button, subscribing, sharing the video. And if you want to smell amazing, Black Belt Fragrances, perfume or cologne, get you a discount. All information linked in the description below, U.S. customers only. With all that said, let's get on to this discussion with amazing writer-director Sheldon Lettich. Lionheart 2, you wrote the script for it, right? Like, the script is finished. It's probably been finished for... It's not.
No,
finished.
I didn't write the script.
Oh, you didn't?
No. Whoever got the rights to it, because Imperial Entertainment pretty much went bankrupt. At first, they were doing great because of Lionheart. They made a lot of money for it.
Yeah.
We could all retire on this one.
And then they put their money into some very ill-advised ventures.
Don't fuck it up.
One of which was Double Dragon. Okay, spent a bunch of money on that. Did no business. And then they did one. They did this science fiction movie. I think it was called Supernova. And they actually had Angela Bassett was in it. It was directed by Walter Hill.
From Hard Times. That inspired Lionheart.
It certainly did. Yeah. I'm a big fan of Walter's.
Sure.
They got Walter to direct it. And it was this big special effects laden science fiction movie. Sort of in the vein of Alien, I guess.
Okay.
And that movie, they spent lots of money on it. That movie made no money at all. So they pretty much went in the toilet and went out of business, retreated to Europe. I think they were still doing some, maybe distributing some films. Anyways, they ended up selling the rights to Lionheart to a guy, I believe it's Israeli named Etchy Stroh.
Okay.
And either they sold them or the rights, I'm not quite sure, but somehow Etchy got his hands on Lionheart. And he's the one that was announcing Lionheart 2. And he got in touch with Jean-Claude, and Jean-Claude said he was going to do it. And they had a script commissioned. I believe I tried to read it. I didn't like it very much.
Oh, really?
But yeah, it kind of never went anywhere.
What was it? Also an underground fight film?
I think it was, yeah. And they've actually, Sunil wanted to do Lionheart 2. They contacted me. This is a while back, and I had a meeting with them, but we could never agree on who was going to be the star of the movie. They had commissioned a script, and the script was not very good.
Wait, so hang on. Lionheart is the character Leon. Was Van Damme not going to be the star? That's like Rocky too, but Rocky's not the star. It's like, what?
No, Van Damme didn't want to do it.
Oh, really? Like he wanted, you mean to be like a little part in it, but not the lead?
No, he didn't want to.
He didn't want to do Lionheart 2 at all.
No, he didn't want to do it at all. But then years later, when Etchy got a hold of it, Etchy got in touch with Jean-Claude, and they were talking about doing it. So now
same script or different script?
Different script.
Okay, so that first one was just garbage then.
The first one was, yeah, that was commissioned by Sunil and Imperial Entertainment.
Okay.
And they actually they had a meeting with me to talk about directing it. But we really couldn't come to terms. I didn't like the script.
Sure.
They liked the script. They still owed me money from the first one, which they didn't want to pay. Which they were just kind of ignoring. So yeah, it just wasn't going well between the different parties. And Jean-Claude didn't want to do it. So there you go. Didn't happen. I came up with a good idea for a sequel just in the last few years, just because I've been hanging out with all the guys. You know, we had when they came out with the Blu-rays, we had like a signing and
I seen that video on YouTube, and you guys are teasing people like me about Lionheart 2, which is why I'm asking you right now.
right. And since everybody's still around, I thought, you know, what would be cool is if Cynthia, who's I'm still in touch with,
Yeah, sure.
if she does something really dastardly, like she kidnaps Helene, you know, Jean-Claude's sister-in-law,
Oh, okay.
and basically says, I want you to fight for me again, or we're gonna kill your sister-in-law.
Interesting.
So then Jean-Claude goes and rounds up all the guys he fought in the first Lionheart, you know, like Kamel Krifa and Paco, and gets all these guys together. And basically now they're going to be this team that rescues Helene from Cynthia, which I thought would be kind of a cool idea for a sequel.
Okay, so it's not an underground fight film then? Like he doesn't actually partake in the fights, or does he do a couple of them?
We hadn't really worked it out, but that was my basic idea,
That's
which
interesting.
never really went anywhere. That was just an idea I was discussing with all the guys. I was saying, hey, what if Jean-Claude has to round you guys up, and then you all have to go rescue?
That's kind of cool to round up the old gang, right?
Yeah, it's a different kind of a movie, but
it is.
I would think anybody who's a fan of the movie would.
Oh, I'll watch it regardless. But
right.
what do you think about this idea? And I only bring it up because I made a video about Lionheart 2 with all the information I could find, and then I shared an idea I had, which has some similarity to yours. Just your honest opinion. I mean, if you think it stinks, it stinks. But I always thought Van Damme should be more of a Liam Neeson type in the sequel, where he's kind of using more of like the skills he'd acquired in the French Foreign Legion. So, and I'm kind of wrapping in the first one where, like you mentioned, you had to ADR the line, like maybe the people that killed Van Damme's brother were never caught. So I figured the niece, she's older now, obviously.
Right.
She is like a journalist, a reporter. She wants to find out what really happened to her father. So she does an investigation. There's deep ties into like people really high level in the drug world, right? She gets kidnapped, so Van Damme kind of has to, it's kind of like Taken a little bit with Liam Neeson.
Right.
And it's not an underground fight film at all, but he's using like those French Foreign Legion skills.
Right. Yeah.
So it's a rescue operation like your idea.
Huh?
It's a rescue operation like your idea.
Yeah, which is a different kind of a movie than the original Lionheart, but what the hell? It's, you know, like the Rambo sequels were really different movies than First Blood. They went into different territory, not completely different, but still, those were different kinds of movies. So I don't know. I'm just kind of neutral until somebody says they really want to do this movie and they've got a budget. But so far, we haven't seen that.
Your likelihood, honest opinion, well, I am asking, like 10% chance Lionheart 2 could happen, 30% chance, 2% chance, like honestly, as of now, this date, like what are the odds?
Hit me with it. Just give it to me straight.
Oh, as of now, I'd say 2%.
2%. So it's really down here.
Yeah.
2%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
That's interesting.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
If you would have asked me that question 10 years ago, I would have had a different number for you. But now it's
2%.
Yeah,
wow,
we're just a little too far away from it.
Okay. And then there's probably no chance of triple impact either then.
Well, there was I had a really good idea for a Double Impact sequel, and I was actually working on the treatment, but there's some serious rights issues because Moshe Diamant sold the rights to so many different companies all over the world for the sequel. So everybody's got to be involved with the sequel if there's a sequel made. So it just becomes very complicated. And my idea for Double Impact 2 was uh, Chad is back in LA and he gets in trouble with some Chinese mafia guys, basically triads. We got plenty of Chinese here in LA.
Sure. Yeah.
So he gets in trouble with them, and now he needs to call on his brother Alex to come to LA from Hong Kong to help him out in LA. So basically, it all would have taken place in LA with the two brothers going against the triads again. That was the basic.
No, that is awesome. I mean, that's the perfect idea. First one in Hong Kong, this one. Okay, now we are in Chad's homeland.
Right, we're on Chad's home turf.
Yeah,
right.
like, and I actually read that somewhere because I made a video, you know, whatever happened to Double Impact 2. And
Right.
so yeah, what you just said, luckily I put out the right info. Yeah, because I must have stumbled across that online somewhere. But that is an amazing
That would have been
idea.
a
Like,
good movie.
we want
That
it
would
to
have
take
been
place
good.
here this time.
But we just couldn't, just too many problems getting all the rights together. And it's expensive to do that too. And MGM got some of the rights and they wanted X number of dollars, and everybody wants X number of dollars. Before you know it, the movie ends up costing. It costs so much money that you're never going to recoup.
So less than
yeah.
2% chance?
Yeah.
0%
Yeah.
chance?
No, I don't know about that.
1%.
Let's say 1%.
You're gonna leave us with a sliver of hope for that one too. That is a 1% chance. Yeah, that's funny. Hey, is there any talk of you and Van Damme like collaborating again on a project?
Well, we have put our heads together on a few projects, but just haven't been able to get any of them off the ground. We generally come up with ideas that are way too expensive, and he just can't raise that kind of money anymore.
Well, he's working with Netflix now. They just throw so much money at everything. I'm sure
right.
Last Mercenary is doing pretty good.
That's what I hear.
Probably do another Netflix film. There goes your budget.
Well, my phone's right there. I'm waiting
It's right
to hear
there.
from him. He did call me a couple months ago, and he was with some guys that wanted to do a movie with him, and so they all got me on the phone. And hey, this is Sheldon. He wrote Bloodsport, and yada yada yada. And so, yeah, guys, I'm available. I'd be happy to write it. Haven't heard anything more about it, but
I hope he calls you back, man.
I hope so too. It's you know, it's not impossible. Jean-Claude has called me out of the blue a few times in the past.
We're going to discuss that in the next video, so make sure to subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. This story actually involves a time Van Damme and Wesley Snipes almost worked together. That would have been incredible.